Ever felt like your job or your business is, well, kind of like prison? Like you're serving your time instead of living your life. It's a tough feeling, and if you're there, you're not alone. The good news, you can find your freedom. And in 2025, it's more than possible to change your career or your business. I know a title sounds a little intense, and I'm not saying every job is like a prison, but that feeling, that stuckness, that's real. All the tips that I will give you in this video apply to both if you're fully employed or if you have your business, because the basic idea and underlying fundamentals are the same. I've spent a lot of time talking to people about their career change, about them moving forward. Actually, more than 500, and I have seen it firsthand in my own teams. People who started in one field and then moved to a completely different one. Actually, I've seen people going from sales to marketing and from sales even to software engineering. And even though I have been entrepreneur all my life and I'm not a career advisor, I have seen it firsthand, and I think I can give you real advice that can help you get to it. And the truth is, it's a journey full of possibilities. So let's get on with it. Hi, we haven't met before. My name is Klim, and I'm a CEO who has managed more than 150 people. I have created and juggled 3 businesses at the same time, and I grew a business to more than $10 million in revenue. On this channel, we talk about productivity, economics, and living a better life, having a better future, and making your business thrive. We'll have 3 parts to this video, each diving a little bit more deeper into your own feelings, and I would suggest watching until the end in order to get the most out of the video. All right, part 1. You need to figure out what exactly is wrong with your current job. Is it the actual company you work with, or is it the job itself? It's probably the most crucial thing for you to start with, because sometimes toxic environment, terrible boss, awful fit, and just no work-life balance can drain any job you have, even if it's a dream job. And maybe you're actually unhappy with the type of work you're doing. Maybe you're done with writing code and you want to do design. Maybe you feel like writing code, you've done it all, and now you want to manage. You need to figure out maybe if it's actually the job, and then we can start talking about the career change. I think you need to get really specific. Having a career change is a big deal. It's not something you can take on a Monday morning out of nowhere, and you have to be really specific about it. I think you should take a piece of paper right now, and it doesn't matter where you are, and start writing specifically what is exactly wrong with your job. Write down if it's your boss again, write down if it's the type of work you're doing, when you're doing it, when you feel the most frustrated. Do you not like working on the weekends? Why are you working on the weekends? Do you not like doing overtime? And things like that. Even go deeper into saying, I hate getting tasks from this specific person, for example. Write down your every single day activities and maybe rank them from 1 to 10 on how you love them or you hate them. Then you will see straight away if it's just a social issue, like person-to-person communication, or if it's actually a problem with your job. Because let's be honest, in most cases, we feel frustrated, not with the type of work we do, because you've probably done it for a while now, but actual circumstances you are doing the job in. Then imagine it a different way. Imagine, what if your job wasn't like a prison? What if it's a beautiful, thriving thing that you love doing, that you looked forward to doing, and it was just a great time for you and everyone around you? What it would look like. Write down how you would wake up, where would you do, what type of work you would do, what type of activities you would do, and just in general, what would you do in your day-to-day activities. This will help you to really understand what are you looking for in the perfect job. It will help you understand what you're looking in the perfect job and how the current one is different from that. I think it's just as important to understand and to ground yourself. If this is just a phase, we all have bad times in our life, in our job, in everything we do. And there is nothing we can do about it sometimes. There are issues with health, there are issues with family, there are issues in our social things, like with our romantic relationship and just in general. And I think it's important to understand that sometimes a sabbatical or maybe taking 1 week off can really help you get into it. Usually in 2025, people are happy to give you 1 week off, 2 weeks off if you really need it, because people understand that hiring a new person is much more difficult and much worse and much more expensive than just letting someone have a time off. It's the same thing for business, right? If, for example, you have a business, you can always take a vacation. Even if everything breaks, it doesn't matter. Blocking the business, going bankrupt, or stopping the business, or just going out of job is always the worst thing they can do before considering all the other options. You know, I can't count how many times I had a phase where I didn't want to do anything. But time passes, 1 week passes, 2 weeks passes, because I understood that I have to give myself time, and time heals all. Time helps you reflect on things. I just stopped and basically went on with my life. And it actually improved my life and my business as well because of the reflection I did. The second part. The greener grass reality check. The classic grass greener effect. It always feels like in a job that you hate that the new career path is filled with meadow with poppies and flowers and it's just a perfect fit for you. But often in reality, the grass is just as green or even sometimes less green than you thought it would be in the new job. And sometimes it's mediocre, it tastes bad, and just in reality is a bad time. It is really important to understand that you need to be realistic about your new career path. If in part 1 you understood that you want to do it, you have consideration on what path to choose. There's so many jobs, so many fields of work, so many types of work you can do in any field. So you have to really understand what you want, and it shouldn't be just a simple way, oh, I feel this way, I want to go there, without consideration. If you're considering a career change, you probably are older than 25 or 30 years old, right? You have already been in a job and you want to switch, right? You don't like the current one. So if you're old like this, come on, you have to understand that in reality, you need to consider all the options. Be realistic, consider other things. And now we're gonna go through what to do. Do your homework beyond the hype. Don't just look at the positives in a new job and a new career. Look at the bad things, look at the tasks that manually people have to do, tasks that people regularly have to do to help themselves do the job, or just the administrative work that goes into the work. So for example, the management part, you might think that it's great to manage people. And for some people it is, but you should consider the fact that you have to write PRDs, you have to write reports, talk to HR, hire. People always ask what you're doing. People always hate that you're micromanaging them or asking them for work. And it's just a huge pain in the ass to deal with people. So I think it's super important for you to really understand what you're doing and what you want to do and what the job actually asks of you. Or look at Indeed, look at other platforms and see what are the requirements for the job. Understand the trade-offs for the job. If, for example, you're a software engineer and you're going into, I don't know, gardening, understand that you will have a lower paying job, for example. You will have less time on your computer, in your office, and if you like that, maybe that's not the trade-off you want to take. You will also have more time talking to people. Of course, there are pros like spending time outside, enjoying the hobby that you probably had in gardening, but there are always trade-offs and positives. Write them down and see if the positives outweigh the negatives, right? And also do the same for every job. You probably shouldn't have only a single job you're considering, a single career path. Always look at 2-3 options that you have, because let me tell you the truth, you might not get the job in one, but you'll get in another. In the current job market 2025, and I think going forward until we're past this crazy era, we will see really strong times of people who need to really adapt and understand their strengths. Why strengths are so important? Because we're living in an era of T-shaped skills. T-shaped skills is something. It can sound complicated, but it's super simple. If we have your main career path, for example, you're a software engineer, you can always go into the T-shape of other skills that you have that can help you in your life and in your career work. So, for example, in software engineering, it can be a design, right? That's already a T-shape. It can be that you, I don't know, played games, for example, and you know gamification options inside of the software. It can also be that you like, for example, I don't know, drawing, and not just design, but drawing as well. Then you can be an artist who designs artistic software things, right? Like I'm just talking, I'm just giving you some examples. There are also other ways, for example, I saw a gardener again who had his own farm, but also knew design and he was a great salesman. what he ended up doing is combining all of that and basically creating like a packaged business that he sold to people like McDonald's, for example, but it was about gardening and about having a farm for himself. So you always have to understand that T-shape is just combining your multiple interests, your multiple skills, packaging it, and being really specific and niched towards some people. And I mean, of course, it works for business, right? But also for career. There are multiple businesses that 10 to 20 people that have enormous potential, have a really need for people who specialize in something, and you can be one of those people. The third part, long-term vision and really understanding the work. I want you to really understand that you have to think long-term. If you're not thinking long-term, you're basically destined to fail. I think that it's very important for you not to drop your job before you find a career path that you want to do. Actually try it out, and we're gonna get into details how to do it right now. But the most important thing is it's not a quick fix. You probably won't get a job fast. You probably won't find the career path very fast. On top of that, you will spend time, energy, and just your inner focus on choosing this career and changing it, because you're basically won't be able to spend the same time in your current career improving and getting a promotion. You're taking a huge L on a time investment you already done in your current work. And if you hate it, I totally get it. It's fine. Change the career. If you have done for part 1, part 2, and now you're here and you think that it matters and you can do the change in career, no problem. Just understand your drawbacks and think long-term. So why am I saying long-term? Before you jump ship, before you go into different career, try it out. Treat it as a hobby. You really should. You should take mornings and evenings to do the task like it's your hobby. I know it sounds crazy, and especially if it's like, for example, accounting, you might want to treat it as a hobby still. Do your own taxes, maybe ask your friends to do taxes for them, I don't know, choose businesses, help them out for free, and just try to do it as a hobby. Take online courses, read books, and just do the tasks. Maybe you won't like it, and then you basically won't waste a month, 6 months, or a year changing the careers for nothing. Then freelancing and small projects. Once again, maybe do it for paid work. Look how the business is and how the actual task is firsthand when you're doing the job, you're getting paid, or you're trying to try it out in actual from A to Z stages. So what I mean by that, don't just build an app from zero and try to think, oh, it's so nice, but maybe try to finish it. Do the boring part, bug test it. Don't just wipe code at the beginning, finish it, publish it, and try to sell it. Maybe you won't like software engineering, maybe you will like the current area of the job you are doing. And let's be honest, in 2025, you're probably not getting an internship without knowing a thing or two. This is a great step for you to already have a portfolio, to already have something for you to do in your current area of your job that you want to switch to. And you need to start connecting with people. I think LinkedIn is underused tool, not for just spamming people, but for actually getting to talk to people, connect with people, ask them questions, and just get to know them. You can even send them requests and say straight away, look, I am switching careers from this to this. I looked at your profile, you're doing an amazing job, and I'm not selling you anything. I genuinely want to switch careers, and I think that you are the best person to talk to. Do you mind hopping on a call, or do you mind answering some questions? And LinkedIn is so great. If you don't want to be pushy, you don't want to cold reach out, go into local communities, look for people, look for communities doing the current job, the job that you want, and speak with them. Go to conferences. The most important and amazing part, to find people who are already in the line of work, who are doing the work, who are being busy, and who actually understand your line of work that you want to work with, and maybe the one you did. Maybe even find people who did a transition. And I know in the world of internet, it's super easy to do, especially when we have LinkedIn again, where you can find person A moved from this position to this position. Super easy, do it, try it out, and see how it goes. Building a community won't only help you finding the job, but also understanding if you want the job. And if you liked this video, I hope you got value to it, and watch this one about being more productive and managing your time. It will be very useful for your actually career change and deciding if you want to do it.